Ease up on the old F-bombs now, right? So, I believe we started off with just wanting to put a fender on the back of this motorcycle. And we have subsequently stripped this bad boy down to what we in the Navy call parade rest. It's taken down. We got the ugly, here, let me show you the ugly handlebars. So we take the ugly handlebars off. There they are with the, got the handlebars off with the wires hanging out. Real piecemeal. You can see different colors there. We'll rewire this thing. And then the actual motor is loose. Got one bolt holding it in. So our next step on this thing is we're actually going to switch frames. There's a better frame in the back that's already been cleaned up, and if you really look closely, this frame has been butchered right through here. Somebody cut it and then they heated it and bent it back. It's called raking. It's called messing up the frame. So Tatro is going to use this one on his bike, and I'm going to use the other one that's, well, I'm going to take it apart, fix some stuff on the engine first, and then see what happens from there, because we have two other frames that are the correct, kind of the correct year that need worked on too. So it'd be either fix those or swap the two frames out to get this thing back on the road, which at this point in time, get this far down, it's not in a hurry to get it back on the road. So anyhow, our next step after we do this is going to be to I think we showed you this on the last film where we stripped out some screws. We're going to take that down, and man, I'm making a mess of this, aren't I? If I stood behind it like a cameraman, looked at it. Oh, it would help if you put it on correctly. Tatro, you're supposed to put the camera on the base correctly, and it works a lot better. So I'm going to take the fender off next, and then the top triple tree. So we can just, well, we're going to take the engine out, and then the triple tree, pull the frame right off the top, and then see what happens from there. So I'm going to pause it for a minute. Come a little closer here. And whoop. So one of the things Tatro found out is that this little nipple looking thing was an indication that it was the correct year, 49 Panhead. Now of course somebody could have just found this and stuck it on there, but it is correct for this year. The tin though, this front tin is not correct. I'll show you that here in a minute. Loosen this one up. The other side up. Probably could have got the correct wrench, but this works too. Okay. That one loose, that one loose. Got some plates to get off here. Some washers. So this is an actual adjustment thing. That's, oh man, I broke the gasket. It's like a paper gasket that allows you to adjust the flexibility in your turn and how loose or tight it is. So I pull that off. But we don't really have an adjuster because you're missing a pin that holds that adjuster in that goes right here. I think it's the same way on the other frame too. It's missing that pin, so we'll have to put that in, get it done right. And then the next thing is loosen this one here. And I might as well pull off the let's see what we got here. Here we want to do this. Take the risers off. We're not going to use these, right? We're using these risers. Take them off anyhow. There we are. We'll put them back on. These are washers. Come here, loose. Bottom, top, lock washer. Stuff. Let's put this stuff back together real quick. There's that one. Can you see it? Yeah. There's a back tin piece here too. I'll show you what that looks like. You should know what it looks like, but I call them tins because they sound like real tinny. So this piece goes here to hide in all the stuff. And on my 79, the actual wires are hidden back in here instead of coming back to the back frame. They come in here, so we're going to put them in there. So, this loosened up. Take it into the rest of the way. We'll spin it off. All right. Give it a chance to clean that top tin plate up too. So. Pull these two things off. And this off. Top tin. Ready to come off. Get it cleaned up. Use a little buffing out. That cleaned up. Be nice. And the next one is. Could pull a. Oh, here, I'll take the front light. I don't think I need. Yeah, just for safety purposes. I don't want that to work. Okay, put it the wrong way. Yep, we were just going to put a fender on. Now we're having fun tearing it apart. Looking at tanks, they were going to go from a foot shift to a hand shift tank. Smitty's got a tank they're looking at. One side's in pretty good shape, the other side's pretty beat up. But I'll be able to fix that. So here's as simple as that. That piece comes off, and you know it looks like any wide glide Harley-Davidson. Not a FL, but a FX WG or FX, something like that. Alright. So our next part is taking this off. This will pop off and then the whole frame will come off. Well, we're not going to do that now. I think the next thing I'm going to do is get this stuff put away and then we'll pop the engine out. Then we'll be down to just frame and front end and be ready to go. Alright? So we're back. Of course, I probably should have showed you what I was doing there, but I now have my fender job is now fenderless, engineless, transmissionless. That's where we're at. So get this cleaned up. So the next thing you would do is, well, let's see. So we get this on the ground now. I'll pull the. What we're going to do is we have an engine stand to put this on. When we put this on the engine stand, we'll stick it back up on the workbench and we'll work on that. We're going to take the rest of the stuff away until we get the frame to put everything back again. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with the front end. Just take it off and roll it out the back. So there's where we're at. Oh, I'm back to triple tree. So I can kind of show you how this is going to work. I loosened this up a little earlier. Let's pull this off. This holds the tree together. Loosen this up. Pull this up. There's a little washer. That's your washer at the tops of them to keep the oil inside. There's a washer there, a washer there. So that, we call it a triple tree because it's got 3 parts to it. Your center and your 2 sides. And then there's another piece here. You would just loosen up. Now this one here is your actual tension on your upper and lower bearings. So we had to have one that holds the triple tree on along with the tops here that hold on to there. We've also got a bolt here holding in your tubes, holding these in here, and then your bearing adjustments is in here, and then this other piece that would be how easy or hard it turns is on the top part. So multiple steps to this, and this is the same, very similar to situation with there's actually supposed to be a washer here that holds and locks this in and doesn't, so it doesn't move. So we're just taking this off, and I kind of demonstrate how this is going to take that off. And literally, that's it. Your friends come pop that bearing out, and then you have just a frame. So pretty wild. All right. Did I say we're just going to put a back fender on this bike?